Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about an Amazon FBA private label product research technique that found me my best selling product on Amazon. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in watching, be sure to stick around to the end. Be sure to subscribe if you happen to be new, but without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're going to move over into my computer here, and I really just want to show you the method instantly and just get right into it because I don't have much more to say other than I need a sip of tea. So the product research technique is one that I've used for a long time. I type in home decor. And now you could do this with any phrase really, right? You could do like kitchen tools, or you can do like just kitchen, or you could do like organization, right? Organization things. You're using this very broad categorial word. I don't know if that's a word. We're using this very broad category as a word, and you can see it gets broken down into many more words below it. So you can choose to go a little bit further, right? Home decor modern, home decor boho, home decor for shelves, home decor farmhouse. Those are some popular ones. Amazon's recommendations are always really good. But if we just search home decor, that is also an option. We can just keep it super broad. And now what this is going to do is it's going to bring you to literally hundreds of thousands of products, depending on what you search. So in my case, over 100,000 results. So home decor is super broad. And what I did this for was a way to find products that are in a much smaller niche that belong to this bigger niche. So home decor in itself is already a category of products, right? You wouldn't have like a lawnmower in home decor. You wouldn't have like gardening supplies in home decor. It's all things that are going to go inside of your home. So already we have kind of this category that we've set, but it's still super broad. And now what I actually did to find my best-selling product was I saw this product right here. It's great that it popped up again. I was hoping that it would. So I saw this product right here. It was a hanging shelf. I think it was that one. It might have been a different one, but there's hanging shelves that show up on this home decor page, whether it's on this one or page 2 or 3. Now you might not always find the category of product you're looking for on page 1. Go through 7 pages, 20 pages and find your product. But either way, I found that product, this hanging shelf. And just to clarify, the product that we're referring to right now is my macrame hanging shelf. Is this product right here. The previous 7 days, we've sold just under $10,000 in revenue, and the year to date on this product alone, if we go ahead and click on that, is about $73,000 for that product. So that's great, right? It's not a $30,000, $40,000 per month product, but it does frequently hit $12,000, $13,000 per month in sales. And about 25% margin realistically. I don't try and inflate my profits. That one is a little lower after advertising. It's a little bit more expensive, a little higher fees, but it's still great nonetheless. So I find this product here. And now let's get into the story again about how I actually found that and how I decided I was going to sell it. Now, when I found the hanging shelf market, so now I go, okay, what is this product? I liked it. I saw those doing good sales, doing 1,000 sales a month. And then I took this and look what we're doing. We start at this really wide funnel at the top with this home decor category, and we keep getting smaller and smaller. So what I did is I went home decor, and then I found hanging shelf, this listing. And then I took the term hanging shelf and I went and looked for hanging shelf. And then I was like, oh, okay, hanging shelf in itself is a big market as well. So maybe hanging shelf is a little too competitive. If we look at all the high quality listings here, it's going to be hard to tear down someone with 500 to 1,000 reviews right off the top, especially if they already have a good listing. But specifically, I'm not really talking about these versions of this shelf. I'm talking about that ladder style on top 2 or 3 tier hanging shelf. So how many of those are there? That was my thought process. I was like, all right, these are hanging shelves, but what was I just looking at that was ranked for home decor? It wasn't really like these, was it? It was more like this. It was kind of this tiered style hanging shelf. So what I wanted to do instantly was figure out, well, how many of those are there? Is that something we can do? So we could see this one here, we have this one here, this one, and there's a couple more now. Like I said, obviously that wasn't there when I was looking. I also saw these corner shelves. I considered doing something with a corner shelf. We have these, again, just another version of that stuff. So I started seeing all these and I go, okay, well, maybe that's not going to cut it, right? And then look at what happens very specifically right here. I think this is the old one because I has 225 reviews. This actually showed up when I was looking and I was like, oh, interesting, a hanging shelf, but it's a macrame shelf. At the time, they were only doing like half that amount in revenue, and maybe 200 sales a month. But that's how I cut that process down. I went from this very broad category, home decor. Then I found a product there, hanging shelf. Then I went and looked at that whole market hanging shelf. I narrowed that further down into what specific kind of hanging shelf I'm looking for. And then from there, I said, okay, which specific design has sales, has a target audience, has, you know, a seller with proof of concept with a low sales rank that's consistently selling, but the least amount of high quality competitors. So I looked at this macrame hanging shelf and then I searched, again, the same thing that I did for hanging shelf. I went up to the search bar and I searched macrame hanging shelf. And at the time that I did that, there were like 5 results. Okay, and now obviously this is my product and we've succeeded. 109 reviews, 5 stars. Jungle Scout, in case any of you guys were wondering, is recording like 25% of what my revenue actually is. So it's not 3,000. I just showed you what it was. This is a market. When I first found it, like I said, there's only about 5 sellers. I believe this was one of them. That one we just looked at was one of them. This wasn't here. This wasn't here. Of course, nothing with basically under 100 reviews was here. And this was my plan, right? So I saw this opportunity. Everyone who sold this version of this product made sales. It's a really good thing to look at when you're in your market, right? This video isn't just about my best-selling product. It's more about how I found it so you could take that same strategy and apply it to you finding your best-selling product. When you see a group of products selling, don't just look at the overarching theme or category. Don't just go hanging shelf. Okay, a lot of hanging shelves, some of them sell good, some of them don't. Right, if we go all the way back to hanging shelf, you'd be looking at this and you'd be going, how do I even compete here? Well, look, focus in. We could do this again. What if we say, okay, how many hanging shelves have a white or black board instead of a wooden board and a neutral theme rope color like white and black? So many people who won't be interested in stained wood boards. Let's see if we could just find a neutral like white and black. Okay, so here we have kind of like a farmhouse white. Could keep looking here. I'm not seeing a lot of those. Ideally, you don't want to also, you kind of don't want to do something that no one's done whatsoever. You do want to have a unique part of your product, but the idea for the product should be based off of what's working and what isn't. So if I were to do a black version of this board with maybe a white rope or something like that to keep it neutral, staying away from wood stains, then maybe I would do a small first 150 units with that product. I'd still do great packaging, great photography and all that. If you're a newcomer, someone has to be first. It's not going to be as easy as if you were modeling after what's there, but if you're going to do that, test it with a really high quality listing with a small amount of inventory and see how the market reacts. Once you have that confirmation, you could go a little bit more all in. So here's an example. Again, we have this black and white style like we've seen here. They have 484 reviews. They're selling really well. They sell about 20 a day, about 600 a month. And I haven't seen virtually any competition for them. So that's what I'm talking about. When we see like this style that someone has figured out and almost no one is doing it, that's what you want to go with, right? You don't want to go with what has the most sales necessarily. That's almost a silly way to go. You want to go with what can you sell 5 or 10 a day of, not what can you sell. Don't set your sights initially on what can you sell $100,000 a month worth of. That happens years down the road just from having a listing that's been on there and built so much momentum and you have 500, 600 reviews. That might come to you. But don't try and figure out how to do that from day one. Just figure out how can I make this a profitable product and have a product that stands out in this market. So hopefully through watching this video, you've seen that from starting from a very broad product, narrowing it down to more specific products. Hopefully you learned a little bit about how you should be looking at products as well in this video. Now you can take all that information away, go do some product research today with the method that I showed you. It's very simple, very little software involved actually. and walk away with a best-selling product of your own. That's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. If you did, be sure to like if you enjoyed and dislike if you didn't, and subscribe if you haven't already. But I'll see you on the channel here Monday for another video. Thanks so much. Later.